Alright. So that was something. I've already forgotten, because I'm terrible at remembering things. I want to say that was 15? Serious a short time form silent. No, that was the one we just did. So we're on 16 now, right? Or no. That is actually literally the one I just clicked. 17. Kenzo participates in the Literature Club. Monika spars with the student council. Natsuki talks with her sister. Sounds eventful. Let's go. Last Thursday. You wanted to see me, Monika.
Yes, thanks for coming. Miss Ida says you might be at least temporarily joining the Literature Club.
That's actually news to me.
It is? She said something about an extra credit project.
I see. I guess that's what she picked out for that. I mean, I'm fine with it, but wouldn't it be a little weird? Sayori and all.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. I don't think Sayori or MC will have any problems. If anything, they seem friendly and receptive to having you there. I just wanted to make sure it was something you're comfortable with.
Well, I don't have any problem with it. I thought the Literature Club people were kind of interesting and nice when I met them before. Just don't expect great things from me literature-wise. There's a reason I have a D- in English in the first place.
I'm sure you'll do fine.
Thanks, Monika. I should probably move out. I need to talk to Miss Ida about this too before lunch ends. I think she still needs to get it all officially set up.
Sure thing. Tell her I said hello when you see her. And those are the terms upon which you'll receive extra credit. Does all that sound good?
As good as it's likely to get. I just hope I manage to get some credit out of it. I'm worried that I'm just going to completely suck at it.
Oh, come on. That's no mindset to be in. Just work hard and have fun, and I'm sure you'll do well. You'd probably be smart to let the club members know you're coming in advance. Don't want to surprise them.
Monika apparently already told them, and they're looking forward to having me there. Even MC and Sayori, apparently.
I see. Did Monika say anything else?
No, not really. She just wanted to make sure I was cool with joining and to say hi to you if I saw you.
Huh. Well, she's very conscientious. Kenzo, do me a favor if you would.
Sure thing, Miss Ida. What is it?
I can't put my finger on it exactly, but I feel like the Literature Club had something strange happen to it. And they don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to press them on it if they're uncomfortable, but I'm a little worried it might be something painful or dangerous for them. Could you keep your eyes out for anything strange or unusual? If I could figure out what's been bothering them, it would make it a lot easier to help them.
Sure thing, Miss Ida. I'll let you know.
Thanks, Kenzo. Have fun today.
I will. The present day. Sayori and Yuri are on their way to school.
So anyway, it's been a little hard, but I think I'm getting it. It's been kind of a weird feeling to feel like I'm at all smart about something. You should get used to it. It sounds like your depression is easing off a little. Yeah, it is. But a little bit, like you said. My therapist said I have learned worthlessness. Meaning you don't feel bad, but you still think you're bad? Yeah, apparently that happens when you feel bad for long enough. Yes, I can see how that would make sense. It must take a very strong will to see past years of terrible feelings. When it's your own mind telling you that you have no value, that must be very compelling. Really, our most dangerous enemies so often come from within. I was saying something, Sayori. I don't appreciate you just blinking it away. It's something that we all can Yuri? You're doing that thing you do. I'm sorry. I really don't know what happens to me or my thinking when I do that. It's okay, you're just excited. Most of the time you end up saying something really deep and cool. So don't stop doing that thing. It's just that sometimes it's a little, off-putting. That makes it sound way worse. It's just you're so smart and you figure things out so fast. And when you do that with or what other people are feeling and thinking, it's a little unsettling. Well, that's a very flattering way to put it. You know, Sayori, I think that's the first time I've ever heard you provide a constructive critique like that. That's kind of a good sign. Should I not have? Did it make you feel bad? I'm sorry if it did. Oh, no, I'm fine. I was just praising you for doing something to protect yourself. Because you're right, it is weird when I go off on a tangent like that, and it can distress people.
so I'm trying to encourage you to stop me when I'm distressing you with it. Communication. I am communicating right now with you.
Another thing my therapist told me is that everyone communicates differently. And I think you communicate kind of literally and explicitly. So I have heard your encouragement, and I acknowledge it, and I understand it.
This is silly, but it is nice to be so clear. So, are things going well with you and MC?
Yeah. He's actually the reason I started getting treatment in the first place.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. At first I didn't want to go, but eventually I did it because I wanted to make him happy. And he said that going to treatment would make him happy regardless of what it did for me. So I went. And now I want to go not just to make him happy, but because I like feeling better about myself.
What an interesting strategy he used there.
Yeah, I suspect he may have had some help with it. But if anyone did help him with it, I'd be really grateful to that person. They'd probably be a close friend who cares about him and me and wanted us to be happy.
In which case, that person would probably say that we're happy to help you and him.
Probably. Are you doing anything interesting today?
Not terribly, no. I do still need to write my poem for the club.
Still? You don't usually wait this long, right?
Normally I write my club poems a week in advance, the same day we get the prompt. I get so filled with inspiration when I hear what we're supposed to write about, usually. I'll just start writing straight away. But our poem this week is supposed to be about basketball. And I literally do not know anything about basketball. Well, I'm pretty sure the ball is supposed to go into the basket at some point. But other than that, that's it.
Oh, you'll do fine. You'll just, write a metaphor about how the basketball is someone's hopes. And when they go in the basket, they come true. Or something introspective like that.
Or something introspective, yes. This is probably a situation where MC has the literary advantage on us. Where is MC today? Shouldn't he have been walking with you?
He's having his annual doctor checkup this morning. He's coming to school later.
Well,
Pardon me.
well, it's good that he's taking care of himself. Plus, it's nice that we get to walk and talk a little. Other than up on the roof at lunch, I don't get to see you outside of club that much.
Yeah. I'm really glad we get to spend some time together.
Sayori starts humming to herself as they walk along.
She seems so genuinely happy now. It's so nice to think that I helped with this. Stay happy, Sayori. You've earned it.
So next week, the student council says they're going to finalize all their decisions. The funding, advisory status, all that stuff. And room use? Well, they said that no matter what, they were going to approve the room use. Mostly because we take really good care of the space, apparently. So at least we don't have to worry about that. Any thoughts? No. I'm not sure why they're being so hard-nosed this year. Normally they give me a little bit of grief and then continue the status quo.
I wonder what's different.
Maybe they have it out for you this time. You're always antagonizing them and getting the upper hand on them. Maybe they're finally really mad about it.
Gosh, I hope that isn't actually it.
You know, Monica, you rub a lot of people the wrong way. You use people and you kind of glue your victories over them.
Sayori starts to walk away.
You shouldn't be too surprised if that catches up to you. Or the rest of us.
I wonder what's gotten into her. She's been like this for a while now. Maybe it's just more depression stuff.
MC and Natsuki are enduring another civics lecture. Natsuki is almost blatantly ignoring the lecture and texting instead. MC sneaks a peek at her phone.
You can't sweat things like that, babe. You just gotta get motivated.
Is that your sister?
It's rude to snoop on someone else's phone. But yes, that's her.
Funky contact name.
Yeah, it helps me remember.
Makes sense.
Hey, play Animal Crossing.
I did.
You played it for like 3 hours. And the only thing it did was make a painting that had a heart on it for Sayori.
Sayori would say that's enough.
Yeah, she probably would. She's still doing good? Any better after my little talk with her?
Hard to say. I'm obviously not an expert. I've been trying to follow some advice I got to just take it a step at a time and enjoy every moment just as it comes.
That's some pretty mushy advice. Who told you that?
Yuri?
Figures. Don't go soft on me, MC. You listen to old Purple Eyes long enough and you'll lose your edge.
My edge?
Oh yeah. Life is supposed to be lived on the edge, man. Not all froofy, with elegant porcelain tea sets and lots of slow, thoughtful nods. You gotta live every day like it might be your last. Raw and alive. You know?
Yeah, I guess so. Although really, what you told me is basically the exact same advice Yuri gave me, only in a more Natsuki tone.
Well, I'm sure it was actually totally different.
Of course.
Yuri's cool, we're just very different people.
Right. But yeah, anyways, Yuri's fine so far as I can tell. She's always laughing. And she's always so incredibly sweet to me. She's way nicer than I deserve.
Oh, don't give me that. That sounds like something she would say. You deserve every bit of her kindness, you know. And she deserves yours. And the sooner you both accept that, the better. Because then, the faster you'll get married and have kids. And I can be cool Aunt Natsuki.
It sounds like you've thought about this a lot.
Aw, man, Dad, Aunt Monica is really strict and Aunt Yuri has us do dumb things like gardening or whatever the fuck. We want to go play video games with Aunt Natsuki.
Until they get older and think all of us are lame.
Yeah, probably. But there'll be a solid few years of fun before that happens.
And before they grow taller than you.
Hey, I'm still growing. Plus, you and Sayori might have pretty short kids.
You are still growing, that's true. Why, you might get to be slightly shorter than Sayori someday.
You're worse than Yuri. So what's the plan for the rest of the day for you?
Well, in which case it does not become law, however. After this, I'm probably going to go have lunch up on the roof. Sayori said she wanted to spend time with Yuri today. I'm sure you'd be welcome to come too, if you want.
That's nice of y'all. I think I will. No Monica?
Well, I'm sure it'd be fine if she came, but she's been really busy today, it seems like. You know how she gets when she's in the middle of a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, girl overworks herself really badly. Well, I'll be there at least. I always like when we get the whole literature club together outside at club time. Or at least almost the whole literature club.
Yeah, I'll look forward to seeing you there.
Oh my gosh, did you guys see MC and Sayori today? They're just so cute, I can't stand it. They're super cute, alright.
Didn't you, get them together or something, Natsuki?
Well, I wouldn't say I got them together, but I was instrumental in helping them get themselves together.
What did you do?
Well, a little bit for each of them. I don't want to reveal too much personal information, but Sayori basically, she basically let them see so much that she thought she, wasn't worthy of him, I guess. And it got so bad that she was denying her own feelings just to protect him from herself. So I said to her, girl, he should be worrying about whether he's in your league, not the other way around. And I kind of helped her give herself permission to love him.
That's so sweet.
I know.
What about with MC?
Well, that boy was afraid of being hurt. I guess there was something in his past that made him worry about being hurt when you fall in love. But I said to him, boy, all love is fraught with risk. Nothing lasts forever and all relationships end eventually. So you gotta go after her, boy. And live life on the edge while you can. And he seemed to take that to heart. After that, he was a lot less of a wuss about it. And went after her strong. And even baked her a cake. With my help, of course.
Wow. How did you even learn to bake, Natsuki?
Taught myself.
That's amazing. How do you even do that?
Well, it's not hard to look stuff up on the internet. It just takes a lot of patience.
God, I wish I could just pick up skills like that. You know what I mean, or you know what I want to know, Natsuki?
What's that?
I mean, you're so smart about love and stuff. You've got so many talents. Why is it that you haven't wrapped up some boy around your finger yet?
Well, I've been in relationships with a few boys in my time. As has been previously discussed here. I don't know, just not feeling it right now. Right now, I kind of want to just live the free and easy life. Girl's gotta have some time to herself, you know.
It's cool that you can be so independent. Don't you ever get lonely? I know I always do.
Yeah, sometimes. But I have lots of cool friends, so it's not that bad.
Do you think you're going to want to get back into the dating scene anytime soon?
Anyone who you've got your eyes on? I'm not sure. Maybe if the mood strikes me, or the right person comes along. I guess I'll have to play it by ear.
Okay, but like, if Yosuke becomes available, don't blame me if I go for him first.
Of course not. You go get that boy. I could even make a plan to get you two together, you know.
You could?
Oh, yeah. I'm great with plans like that.
Yuri is sitting on a bench on the roof. She is, as usual, reading. It's The Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien. Surprisingly, Sayori is sitting close by, also reading. Her book is entitled Momotaro.
Don't you get tired of reading that? You must have read Momotaro 100 times by now.
I like Momotaro, though.
There are other books you'd like, too. I mean, Momotaro is an adventure, right?
Yeah.
So how about a new adventure?
What do you mean?
Here, let me show you.
Yuri reaches into her backpack. She produces a copy of The Hobbit, also by Tolkien.
Here, I think you'll love this.
By J.R.R. Tolkien? He writes super epic fantasy, right? Like the one you're reading? I'm not sure I'm smart enough to read this.
Oh, you're plenty smart enough. Here, just read the first few lines.
Oh, all right. In a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an oaty smell. Nor yet a dry, barren, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. Okay, yes, I am invested in this. What's a hobbit, though?
He gets into that in just a bit.
MC walks up from the stairwell. Hey, ladies. Getting some literature in before Literature Club?
Literature is a lifelong journey, MC. Not merely a club activity.
Of course. Reading The Hobbit, Sayori? I thought you were reading Momotaro again.
I was, but then Yuri gave me this to read.
That's a great recommendation for you. I think you'll love it.
I already am so far.
So what are we doing up here today? Just eating and reading?
That is basically the plan, yes. Thanks for coming up to visit today, MC.
Sure thing. By the way, hope you don't mind, but I invited Natsuki up today too. She'll probably be along. Assuming she finds the time for us after hanging out with her other friends.
I'm sure she'll be up before too long.
What do they even have to talk about down there?
Who knows? The failings of students who are not present, no doubt. Or boys.
Talking about boys sounds fun. I want to talk about boys. Or at least one boy.
I don't think they talk about boys in the way you might want to talk about boys.
Well, I think I could totally impress them with my boy talk. In fact,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna go down there right now and get Natsuki.
Phew.
And then talk about boys. Ha-ha!
Sayori runs off.
Well,
That can't be good.
aren't you going to run after her? She's going to talk about you, you know. Aren't you curious?
To be honest, I feel like I'd probably feel more comfortable not knowing what she's going to say.
I guess that's pretty understandable.